Why would anyone want to work in cybersecurity? For me, it started out just knowing it's not a back-breaking career field. I saw my father work in blue-collar jobs and welding, construction, printing, all things that could put you out of work, have you laid on your back and hurting for a while because it's just too physical and too hard to maintain for a 30 or 40-year career. But cybersecurity has so many great options, from application security to network security. I got my start in network security working with firewalls, VPNs, and different security solutions, working in a security operating center. There are also cybersecurity experts working in infrastructure security. Endpoint security is a category that should catch everyone's interest. Not only do companies have endpoints like desktops and laptops that they need to protect, but as a personal user, you have those same devices, including mobile devices and your smart televisions, which all have internet connectivity and may be compromised. Different things like multi-factor authentication and essential user training for the things that you should click on or should not click on, email attachments that you may or may not want to take a look at, looking at particular websites that may be compromised or have malicious content are definitely some areas you want to steer away from. Application security is definitely a hot topic in the business world. There are some really skilled video game developers out there that are working from home, maybe the basement or the garage, but for the most part, application developers are in a corporate environment, be it that they work from home or in the office cubicle setting. Having secure applications that you are able to protect and market are extremely critical for business. Companies have access to different code evaluation software solutions and are able to implement cybersecurity protections for those well-known vulnerabilities within their code development. Securing applications not only protects the reputation of the company and being known for providing reliable products and services, but also keeps the company in business. Some of the latest topics in cybersecurity include Internet of Things security, zero trust, and cloud security. The Internet of Things security is very interesting. I don't know if you're familiar with the movies that have shown this, but some refrigerators and different appliances in the house can be connected to the internet and be tampered with. Also, any devices in a industrial setting, different automation that you may have inside of a warehouse, these are all items that must be looked into and safeguarded. For cloud security, this is not necessarily new, but it is one of the most used technologies in business, and a majority of companies have an all cloud or hybrid cloud environment in order to run their operations. Keeping data private and secure in the cloud on shared resources is something that takes a great deal of time and energy to take care of and make sure that only authorized users have access to the company's proprietary information. Zero trust is a huge wave in itself. I don't think that I've met a single person who is able to introduce a zero trust security program within a business and run it all by themselves. This takes a team effort, gonna require multiple cybersecurity experts to verify and validate that zero trust controls are in place in all sections relevant to the business network. People are the most important resource in business, especially cybersecurity. There are a ton of different applications and solutions available on the market, but if you do not know the proper way to use them and implement them, manage, monitor, the story goes on, you're not going to get the greatest benefits from these products. There's no point in spending 6 or even 7 figures on a software technology that you do not have someone that is knowledgeable on running. It's like having an Indy race car, but you don't have a good race car driver. You're not going to win the race. You may not think so, but every company needs someone in information technology security to help all the users on the network use best practices. So you have someone working in the accounting or finance department and just simply starting with their logon, username and password. In Windows Active Directory, you may have someone there to set up their username and password, a temporary password based on company standards, but there will be a policy requirement for an immediate change of that password by the authorized user. So within your password policy in the company, do you have enough characters, special characters, numbers? Is it related to the person's birth date, their name, anything that's easily guessable that the password cracking applications can quickly break into and figure out? You want to help people make sure that they understand the best way to configure their own password so that it's not easily compromised, and don't leave it written down on a note underneath the keyboard. If you have a bit of an investigative nature, you may want to look into forensics, or even simply looking at non-repudiation and the ability to share information, possibly PII or sensitive information, outside of the company. If you're working in cybersecurity and in control of the data loss prevention solutions, you can see who has access and authorization to share particular types of data outside the company. If you have social security numbers, credit card numbers, and different forms of personal information that would be destructive to the company's reputation, these are things that you could be a hero and save the day and identify any potential leaks or compromises to limit the damage and keep the company in good standing. There is so much work to be done in cybersecurity. You can even carve out a profession in ensuring updates have been applied on the systems on the network. Yes, I am saying your company could buy Microsoft, Linux, Adobe products. Someone within those companies are creating the updates. The technology is there to implement automated updates, but you could still have the job of having an inventory of all the systems on the network and validating each and every system has the latest and greatest patch so that they are not compromised by those well-known vulnerabilities in the wild. Most people that use Microsoft have heard about the CrowdStrike update event and the infamous WannaCry ransomware attack that targeted Microsoft systems. And it's really unfortunate, but sometimes the first step in cybersecurity after you turn on the device and ensure that an authorized user is able to log in and out is patches and updates. There are quite a few life coaches that will say you're either getting better or getting worse and never staying the same. And in an effort to be better, it is always great to learn new things and grow within your career. So instead of being stagnated in a career where you gotta lift heavy machinery or boxes and really put your muscle into it. Cybersecurity has so many opportunities to use your mind and get paid for what you know, not for how strong you are or how fast you can run. Different cybersecurity solutions allow you to expand your knowledge base and be more marketable based on the things that you are able to do and what you have knowledge of. Being able to work with threat intelligence or antivirus software is one lane. Vulnerability patching and monitoring intrusion detection systems could be the full 9 to 5. As I said, I started managing firewalls and VPNs, but that also can grow into network monitoring, penetration testing, and even vulnerability management. As part of your cybersecurity research, you should look into all forms of malicious software and malware. These negative elements in the information technology world include bots, spyware, viruses, rootkits, ransomware, and even worms. Now, I can go back over 10 years and know everyone's familiar with viruses and, oh man, watch out for clicking on that link or going to that website. You might get a virus, but ransomware may be the worst of the bunch. We all have people we know that are not computer savvy. Unfortunately, some of the older members of our family or community may not have even used a computer until recently. If you have malicious actors that are willing to steal and encrypt your personal information, limit use of your personal laptop, completely lock down your system, all of your files, your old photos, delete information, steal information about your bank account or credit card logins, this could be extremely detrimental. So having someone in business and also a friend or family member that can help protect you against ransomware is always valuable. Have you ever heard of a phishing attack? No, I'm not talking about when you're deep sea fishing, you catch a tuna, and then a great white shark attacks you. That's not it. I'm talking about the phishing attack where someone in your business, especially leadership, it could be a CEO, president, vice president, founder, anyone with access and leverage within the business can be a target for an attack. So in this attack, they're going to specifically target your VP of operations or your director of finance and try and get them in a compromised situation where they can steal information about your company. This is a great opportunity in a cybersecurity career to be a hero and save the day. I often recommend cybersecurity certifications as an excellent way to get started in the career field. Beginning with the foundation of a CompTIA Security Plus is a way to start out and understanding the fundamentals of cybersecurity. The knowledge gained from studying and passing an ISC squared Certified Information System Security Professional, CISSP, really gives you that stamp of approval as a cybersecurity engineer. There are so many careers in cybersecurity to choose from. You can be a penetration tester, a security architect, vulnerability analyst, a cybersecurity consultant, a SOC analyst, and the list goes on and on. You don't have to go left, right, or straight. You can go a variety of directions and find your niche in a great way to provide for yourself and possibly your family while also enjoying what you do. You should take some time to look into and use some of the best security suites on the market. Forbes' cybersecurity salary guide shows a cybersecurity specialist earning an average salary of $92,000, a cybercrime analyst salary of $101,000, incident and intrusion analyst $97,000. But then moving up into the mid-level cybersecurity salaries, the cybersecurity analyst at $107,000, a consultant at $118,000, and a vulnerability and penetration tester at $124,000. Now I know everyone is built different, but I made that decision a long time ago that 97,000 or 124,000 sound far better than the minimum wage that's offered throughout the country. If you're talking about those paychecks being $7 an hour times 40 hours or $70 times 40 hours, that's not really hard to do the math, and you should be excited about getting started in cybersecurity.